Welcome back, guys. Episode 4 of the Here We Golf Fantasy DP World Tour podcast. I'm Jay.
My name's Dan.
Welcome back.
How you doing?
So,
Bahrain.
Yeah.
The bag. Third event of the international swing.
Yep.
Good
week.
Interesting tournament, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. It was tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was really tight. I think, as we alluded to in the last podcast, there was about 15 players within 2 shots of the lead going down the back 9, which is absolutely amazing to see as well from the DP World Tour. It's nice to not have someone running away with it like Del Rey did last week.
Yeah, chopping and changing the leader at the top as well. It wasn't like they were struggling to get to someone. It was just flipping constantly.
Yeah. And
in the end, there was three tied for it, wasn't it? We've covered it off in a bit more depth on yesterday's podcast. Yeah, so Pablo Larrazábal was on the 18th, wasn't he? Had 2 putts for the win.
Yeah.
3 putted. Goes to a playoff with him, Dan Brown and Laurie Canter.
Yeah.
Canter birdied the playoff hole and the other 2 bogeyed. So he's gone and got it done. Congrats to Laurie Canter. We go into what that means for our fantasy teams.
Yeah. Just on another point though, it's nice to see, isn't it, from a fantasy perspective, being so close and that, because everyone's got a little chance there to sort of get involved, haven't they, and win. I do like that. Yeah,
because obviously you get your bonus points. So it's Rolex events get 50 bonus points for winning, and non-Rolex events get 40 bonus points for winning. So obviously, if you're the captain, Canter, big massive difference. If he doesn't get in that playoff versus captain him and him winning, there's 80-point swing, massive 80-point swing there, which is big.
If Larrazábal had won, then nope. Who would have captained him? Hardly anyone.
Exactly. So to have that jeopardy on it from an entertaining perspective is good, and then obviously from a fantasy perspective is good as well, especially if you come out on top. Like we did. I think we both had our winner, Laurie Canter, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Do you want to go through your team then for Bahrain?
Yeah. So, team for Bahrain was Captain Puig, which he played really well. 2 days. Played average another 2 days, but in the end, if 1 shot back at tied for 4th was pretty great for my team. I had Canter, who obviously won. Cantero, his brother, Spanish brother, 1 shot back at tied for 4th as well. So there is 3 in the top 10, which is amazing for my fantasy team. Soderberg, -8, decent couple of rounds from him. Patrick Reed, one to forget really. We thought he was a guaranteed top 10, but clearly when we say stuff like that, it doesn't happen.
That side down massively, lad.
He did. And Veerman, which he veered off quite dramatically, because he's a good player and he played well the week before. So that was a bit of a shock. He was off course, yeah. He ended up in Doha. So that put me at a tournament rank of 243. Season rank of 2903. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
It was only a couple of events ago you were in the top 300 as well, wasn't it?
After Asia.
Mauritius, yeah. So fair play, got a couple of decent weeks in there. You needed to bounce back from last week, didn't you? Way down last week, 2-2.
Way down with Smiley.
944 in the Ras Al Khaimah.
Yeah, way down.
Yeah, quality. Where does that put your season rank then? Where are you overall now?
2903, so still, I mean, how many players are there in this I think there's 50,000 players.
50,000,
so
something like that, yeah.
Way up there, like.
Yeah, so it's a good start. But yeah, made much better by this week. It's quality, that. Right, it's me, Here We Golf, Dan. Just run through my team. So yeah, Captain Patrick Reed just fucking failed miserably. That is shite. In that field, he should be going in there with expectations. Maybe he did weighed on him, maybe he buckled a bit, but seeing the way he's played in the past, he normally thrives on pressure, so I'm really surprised about him.
A former Masters champion does not buckle at the Bahrain Championship, does he really?
No, he doesn't. Maybe he just couldn't be arsed. Maybe it's just the prep for living, just for going through the motions. Whatever. Yeah. Shit the bed, finished 60th. Yeah. I had 2 missed cuts. Matthew Southgate and Angel Ayora, also really bad. I thought I'd seen something with Southgate last week. I picked him up. Hadn't missed a cut in his last 5. He'd had some decent finishes, all in the top 25 in his last 5 events. Turns up when I pick him, 5 over par. Shite. Micheluzzi, 4 under. Not much to write home about. Nice enough return, 128 points. And then Puig and Laurie Canter, like yourself, as the main breadwinners this week.
Yeah.
So just on that, I've noticed actually. So Puig got 190 points, and Laurie Canter's got 193, whilst one's more.
Yeah.
And the others finished fourth. So it goes to show. You've got the birdies and eagles. So when you look at Puig's rounds, he's dropped a lot of shots as well. So he's had to make more birdies, which has scored him more points.
Yeah.
Canter's obviously just ahead of him, just because he was consistent all week.
Yeah.
Pretty solid, and got his bonus points at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped back in season rank from 565 now down to 861. Really low tournament rank, so that's where I'm up to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that still keeps me just top of the Here We Go pod on YouTube mini league leaderboard, though, just about.
So if we go to overall in the whole league, including both strings, we've got John Wood, Premier Crew. He's been up there quite from the start, actually.
Yeah.
Matt Hughes dropped down to 7th. Actually.
Yeah, fell off lost in the woods. Yeah.
Frozen.
John Wood is...
John Wood, Premier Crew, 6,470. Here We Go, Jay, 6,475.
Rising the ranks, lad.
Rising the ranks. Kevin Renton, 6,481. Mr. Penn, doing really well. 6,658. He's climbing dramatically.
He's built up out of steam now, is Mr. Penn.
He's scored a pen.
Catching up.
And Here We Go, Dan, leading at 6,705, but there's only 50 points in it. And as you know,
that gap was much bigger last week.
There's, you could win by 400 points in this game if you do well. So there we go.
Long way to go. We're still just sort of chipping away at it at this early stage.
That's it. We will find it more when we've used all our certain picks.
Exactly. Yeah.
It will become more difficult, won't it?
There's going to be some out there who have like blitzed through some already, and they're going to get to like the middle of the season when we go to like the Danish Open and we're like, I haven't got Allison left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you want to top 5 international swing? We've got in 5th Dubai day 3s. He literally all the way neck and neck with me for this the Bahrain Open. He did really well. 2,590. Benner's Bashes 2,598. Past captain's picks. He was neck and neck. Not Dubai day 3s. 2,635. Here We Go, Dan 2,668, and then way in front is Mr. Penn 2,855.
Yeah,
no, you need to do, don't you?
Built up a bit of a head to see him. I need to score a pen, lad.
You need to be like Alan Shearer, score a pen.
I'm losing my hair, so I'm going there, getting there with the Shearer. Like,
when you go to the Antalya Open in Turkey and get yourself sorted.
So, less about my hair, more about this upcoming week.
Yeah.
We're not going to Turkey. We're going to Doha. Qatar Masters. Commercial Bank Qatar Masters, Doha Golf Club.
Yep.
You done your team yet?
I have indeed, yeah.
Do you want to...
Bit of chopping and changing, and still, I want to make changes, but I'm going to stick it there. I can't help myself.
Sit on your hand, lad. Go with your gut.
I need to sit on my hand. There's one player I want to put in, and there's one player, and I can't find a place for him. But I'm going to take out Adrian and take you. I did have it. I want Casey Jarvis in there this week. So yeah, that's where I've gone. So Captain Jordan Smith, quality player, probably one of the best in the field in terms of raw talent, world ranking. So yeah, I think he's got to be in. Scott Jameson, class player. Jason Scrivener has been in and out of my team for the past 3 weeks, and he keeps playing well. He only shot 4 under this week, but I think he will. He's going to have his week. Definitely going to have his week. Ricardo Gouveia. Took me out the past few weeks.
Portuguese fella.
Portuguese guy.
Yeah, I've been toying with him myself.
Julian Guerrier.
French lad.
French lad. Seems to be up there every week. Very, very consistent, and that's what we're about in this game, isn't it? Consistency. And Casey Jarvis. He wasn't in my team until about 3 seconds ago. I had to take him because he's a Dubai national, and I just thought he'd play well in the. But that logic is absolutely flawed. Just because you're from somewhere doesn't mean you're going to play well. Just because I'm from...
Yeah, and he's only been from there for a couple of months. He just changed his nationality.
Exactly. Oh, yes, he's not from there at all.
No,
if I played at Birkdale, which is down the road from us, I wouldn't play well.
Shit.
Exactly. So logic flawed. Casey Jarvis, absolutely tied for 11, 36, 37, 73, 21. Average green regulation 64, average birdies 4.5. And yes, he has made his way into my team.
Fair play.
And it's safer.
Safer. I'm not fancy going with Rosner.
Would you?
Well, one appearance on the DP World Tour this season.
Yeah.
Missed the cut when we hyped them up.
We did hype him up, yeah. Because he was leading
does have a
world
decent
ranking.
record in this stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if he bounced back.
It would surprise me.
Yeah, having been burned by him, as you can tell, there's a bit of sour grapes towards Mr. Rosner. Yeah. Is that where you're at? Who's captained?
Jordan Smith.
Notable absentee there of last week's winner, Laurie Canter.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. He's probably going to be shattered after all this week's media, and it might play with his head a bit. I might be wrong, and if he does win, I will literally be like Sam Horsfield in the Westwood, Poulter, and Stenson team, getting absolutely nailed in the shower. So that's where I'm at.
I mean, he's 51st in the world now, and getting inside the top 50 will get him exemptions and better opportunities later on in the season.
Yeah, he'll definitely be.
He's got the incentive right in front of him. That carrot's dangling there for him to play well again this week.
Mm.
He's off the back of good team cup and then third in the first place. 57% owned in this. Like, he's far and away the highest owned player.
Do you want me to put him in?
No, I'm just justifying why I've put him in.
Oh.
So play your own way is what we say, isn't it?
Yes.
And so yeah, Laurie Canter's in for me, and he's captained.
Oh, I'm gonna have a nightmare here.
Just making a case for my own player. Like, I'm not influencing you. Make your own decision, lad. I've got Guerrier as well. Just seems to be consistently thereabouts recently. Yeah. And Scott Jameson played well in this last year. I think he finished 2 shots back. I think he's like third, and he's had a good, half decent sort of international swing so far, with a tie for 8th and tie for 18th in his last 2 outings. Jordan Smith, like yourself, just again one of the sort of classier players in the field. Yep. And he's had some decent weeks recently without sort of being in contention too much. Some decent finishes there with a tie for 6th, tie for 27, tie for 24th in his last 4 starts. Yeah. Daniel Hillier bounced back from his missed cut this week, so may well be that the missed cut was due to the pressure that you're talking about with Canter there.
I think so.
He's had a massive result, finishing 2nd just off the back of just missing out to Rory, didn't he, in Dubai? And then he went and missed the cut the following week, but he's had a good week again last week, so put him in. And then Matthew Jordan, because I was reading a bit about Doha, and I keep saying Doha.
I don't know.
Doha in Qatar. That the wind can get up, and it normally sort of link style players. Matthew Jordan being from our neck of the woods and based at a links golf course. Got a good links history, and whilst he's off the boil a bit form wise, he's had a couple of missed cuts. He has got the ability to do well in this sort of level of field. He's a top player, so I'm going to back him hopefully to bounce back, and he's my sort of differential pick this week because he's not too highly owned.
Is there any notable mentions that you were
over Laurie's Spanish cousin, Ivan Cantero.
Brother.
Ivan Cantero.
But
I didn't put him in.
Nope.
Tie for 4, tie for 5th in his last 2 starts, but I want to see more from him. If he can kick on, show a bit of consistency, then he's a good one, especially while everyone's picking him at the minute. No doubt he's going to be relatively highly owned after 2 good finishes.
Nice swing as well.
So I'm half an eye on him. Glanced at Rosner. Not really.
One eye. Not half an eye.
Well, no, not even a full eye, just a quick glance.
All right.
less of an eye on Rosner.
No.
Just literally just scanned past him and
Don't
thought,
look at him, lad. Don't look at him.
Houghton Laser, that's a guy we've kept an eye on, full eye on in recent years, isn't it? He's struggled plenty. He's had his struggles for a few years, but seems to have got it together a little bit. And he started making some cuts and earning some dough. So I'd like to see him do well.
Yep.
No other sort of anyone taking my eye really other than that.
I think it's hard because there's so many players. I think it's going to be a very close week again, like last week. I've got no data to back that up. That suggestion up.
Just generally, when you look at the types of results everyone's having, their world ranking, it's a very level playing field, isn't it?
I think for me, there's a question over whether Larathabal can actually stay consistent. Veerman again, coming off a missed cut. Can he do it? Nagar Peterson, 2 missed cuts in a row. Andy Sullivan's a good pick because he's such a consistent golfer, and he's way up there.
Again, but he's exactly in that same mold, though. He doesn't get it. He's just too inconsistent.
Yeah, true. He doesn't have the heights like John Parry with his inconsistencies. Had a second to first missed cut. He could come back and do it. Del Rey could play well again. It's pretty difficult. You mentioned a guy, didn't you? We've already recorded this once, by the way. Battery died. So in the last you mentioned
last
the guy
week we had
called
issues
Takuma.
with the bloody resolution and we lost the colour, didn't we?
Yeah.
This week we've had battery issues. So.
Takuma Kanaya.
Yeah. He's he plays on the PGA Tour. Not been playing well, but this would represent a step down in class compared to what he's used to playing with. So he could maybe he's done that to try and hopefully see if he can find a bit of form.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Walker's done that recently, and he's still knobbing it around.
Yeah.
Missed another cut last week in Bahrain. I'd be interested to see how he gets on, but I don't have huge hopes for him. I wouldn't be putting him in the fantasy team. That'd be a wild road pick. That would be.
Yeah. I want you to pick a guy not in your team. Yeah. From the lower echelons that you think will do well.
I think we'll do well from the lower echelons.
Say 600 in the world and below.
Okay, this guy's ranked 1,349th in the world.
Yep.
Chris Wood.
Yeah, good show. Good player one back in the day, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's got history at this event. I remember reading it.
Yeah.
Can't for the life of me remember whether he's won it before or whether he's just done well at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that quickly.
I'm actually going to cheat on here. I'm going to say Wenyi Ding. 878th in the world, but consistent as hell.
Chris Wood, he's won this in the past.
Yep.
We're going back some way. But he's a player who has had his struggles and dropped off the face of the professional game completely for quite a while.
Yeah, strange.
He's making a bit of a comeback. So good luck to him. And this as good a place as any is somewhere where he's had success before and he's got good vibes.
Yeah.
If you're looking for someone from me who's way down in the world rankings, he's probably got the best credentials of anyone down there.
Yeah, agreed. I think that was a great pick. I've gone with Wenyi Ding.
Wenyi Ding.
878th in the world, but consistent as ours.
Yeah, well, he's just broke onto the tour, hasn't he? So he's one to keep an eye on. He's regularly been there or thereabouts. Still probably a bit raw. We had no reason why he can't kick on.
Definitely.
I'll throw one more into the mix as well. He's played once on tour so far. Nicholas Lemke from Sweden.
Okay.
He finished in a tie for 33rd.
Yeah.
In Mauritius.
Yeah.
That's after qualifying off the Challenge Tour. He finished second in the final event in the Challenge Tour and earned his card. So we've not seen a lot of him yet, but from his form towards the end of the Challenge Tour season, if he can pick up where he left off,
I like it.
He well could be in the mix as well, Nicholas Lemke. But again, we've not seen enough to throw him in your fantasy team.
No.
because he could absolutely bomb out. And
this is why I wouldn't pick these guys. But it's nice to go into a bit of a deep dive for the viewer.
Viewer.
Yeah.
One of me when I watch it back later on.
No, I think if you stay consistent with this game, you will be high at the end. Not because you've smoked loads of weed, but because you've.
Hey. No, I agree. Like if you play it safe, you're gonna get burned less, and you've got a chance of being successful. If you go rogue early, then you're setting yourself up for a fall because you're taking unnecessary risk.
Yeah.
Once we get deeper into the season, if you've got a decent rank, that's when you start looking at ways to try and chip away at those above you.
I agree.
But for now, I'm happy to play it safe. Took a risk last week, backfired. Going back to my mantra and picking high on players again this week.
I like it.
Yep, Captain Laurie Canter.
Nice, and I'm probably going to get battered by that, but it's one with decision I'm happy to take.
Yep. Good luck to you. Here we go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Who are you picking? Who's in your team? Do you agree with what we've gone with? You got any outside picks? Or you got any thoughts on who you think might do well? Where are you overall in the world ranking? And what's your strategies to get yourself up in the ranks if you're struggling? Mm-hmm. This is the 4th event of the international swing. Still 3 more to go. So we've got still plenty of points to be played for. So although Mr. Penn is currently leading, he's on course for the Boxer Pro V1s at the minute. Still plenty of points to be played for. So keep the faith and keep playing along with us if you're doing so.
And if you want to join the league first time to this podcast, then please do reach out to in the comments or to herewegolfpod@gmail.com. We'll happily send you the code. We're going to get a website going with all the leaderboard and the stats on it, and a bit of a blog just to keep alongside the actual podcast.
Yep, we're on all social media platforms as well at Here We Golf Pod. Regular content going out on there, so be sure to follow us. And the podcasts are also available on Spotify and Apple as well. Generally, wherever you prefer to listen to your podcast. So if you do just listen to the audio, drop us a rating as well. We'd massively appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Only if it's 5 stars. If you think it's shit, don't bother rating. All right. So we'll catch you next time on Here We Golf. I've been Dan.
I've been Jay. See you next week.
In a bit.